Hey all, welcome once again to another day, another story from West Bengal. Today is day 392 of my Chandigarh to Australia cycling trip and day 6 of my cycling ride here in West Bengal. Early morning start. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning at Geo petrol pump. Last night I had not set up my tent. Instead I slept in the mosquito net outside their office. I freshened up, took bath, packed my bicycle. At 6:30 I was ready to hit the road. Here is an exciting bit of news which I discovered there. Reliance Jio is coming up with a chain of cafe with the name of Wild Beans. These cafes will be available on all the petrol pumps of Reliance Jio. Here in West Bengal, the grand opening is expected on the day of Durga Puja. So you can keep an eye on these new hangout spots in your city nearby. As I started my ride, I was treated with the breathtaking views. I absolutely love the water bodies which are surrounded by greenery. And you can see this natural beauty right from the highway. Riding a bicycle through such kind of a scenery is a joy. It always lifts my spirits. Being early morning, I noticed a kind of fog hovering over the green fields. At one point, I saw a milestone indicating that Krishna Nagar is 50 km away from there. Around 6:55 am, I got my first glimpse of the sun. The sky was quite cloudy, making the sun look like a moon trying to peek through the clouds. Most people I saw were either returning from the work after the night shift, and farmers in particular were going to the fields in the morning. At around 7:05 am, I witnessed the most beautiful sight. Our Indian tricolor waving proudly in the wind. It was truly a heart-stirring. Mid-morning observations. At 7:15 am, the hunger started to set in. I sat down under a roadside bus stop and had those chestnuts which I purchased yesterday. These are getting rotten, so I have to finish them fast. So they don't have a very long life. Seems within last 25 minutes, everything got changed. I can feel the cool breeze. It's cloudy right now. Seems like wind and the clouds. It might bring some rain very soon. I'm expecting some rain today, though weather report is not clearly indicating that, but I wish it rains. And these smaller water chestnuts, they're most difficult to peel out and eat. After that, I also had a cup of tea, which I refilled into my thermos bottle. I noticed a unique kind of a use of water bodies here in West Bengal. The locals don't use them for fish farming. They also serve multi-purposes like bathing, washing, and various kind of household activities. You often see that the houses are built around them. At 9 o'clock in the morning, I saw a Naira petrol pump on the right-hand side of me and a hotel building on the left-hand side of the road. I also observed extensive banana farming in this area. For a long stretch, you could see banana plantations everywhere. Lunch break and a furry friend. Soon hunger struck again. I was searching for some food. I wanted to avoid to eat anything which is fried. I wanted to eat something healthy comparatively, but the options on this highway were very limited. At the end, forcefully, I had to settle down with puri chole. So I stopped at a roadside stall and I ordered one plate of puri chole for me. When I was having it, I saw a dog standing there looking at me and moving its tongue all over his mouth. Because I have a dog, so I know the meaning. When a dog is moving his tongue on his mouth, it shows that he is hungry and he wants something to eat. So I gave that remaining puri and chole on my plate to this dog. He finished all of it and then I realized that he wanted more. So I ordered for another plate, and to my surprise, the dog started running another side of the road as soon as I placed the order. But I could not cancel it. I thought I will have to have this second plate myself. But guess what? This clever dog reappeared behind me as soon as I got the second plate in my hand. I gave him almost all the puri and the chole. He finished that all. I paid 40 rupees for those two plates and resumed my journey around 9:25 from there, exploring West Bengal's landscape. On a flyover, as a normal practice, I took a service road which unexpectedly ended up at a railway line. Luckily, there was a railway crossing that allowed me to continue my journey. Otherwise, I would have had to come back and climb on that flyover, which I never wanted to do. I noticed that the houses here in West Bengal are built among the trees or nestled in the greenery, most preferably near the water bodies. It is a unique feature of this region. At one point, I saw beautiful white color flowers in a pond, creating a picturesque scene. Around 10 o'clock, I saw the dismantling of a pandal. It was so fascinating to see how these structures look so grand during the festival, but they are simply made with the bamboo, some steel frames and the cloth. This craftsmanship is truly impressive. A fellow cyclist and a much needed break. By 10:15 am, the heat was intense. I decided to take a break. I found a place in front of a closed roadside shop. As I sat down there to relax my muscles, I spotted another cyclist. Take a break. How are you? आज कहाँ जा रहे हैं? आसाम। ये अपना इंडियन साइकिल है, बहुत चलाया मैंने। तो आप हमेशा घूमते हैं ऐसे? छत्तीसगढ़, महाराष्ट्र, आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटक, केरला, पौंडीचेरी, रामेश्वरम, सारा घूम लिया आप, कुछ नहीं छोड़ा है। गोवा, गुजरात, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, दिल्ली, हरियाणा, पंजाब, जम्मू कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, सिक्किम, आसाम, मेघालय, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा, अगरतला में किया था और नेपाल में किया था, काठमांडू, जी है ना। वेरी नाइस यार, बहुत बढ़िया, काफी घूम चुके हो। Turned out to be quite accomplished, even more experienced than me. We chatted for almost 1 hour, sharing stories and the experiences. I even got to try a ride on his bicycle, which was a great fun. छोटा सा लग रहा है साइकिल। हाँ, हो गया। हाइट ज्यादा है। ज्यादा हाइट कम है। मैं तो फंस गया इस पे। I can't ride it, मैं चला के आ रहा हूँ। এই দাদা এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে চণ্ডীগড় থেকে অস্ট্রেলিয়ার দিকে। So comfortable, इतना मजा आ रहा है इसको चला के। मेरे साइकिल में तो मैं ये झुका रहता हूँ आगे। 2.5 বছর হয়ে গেল ইন্ডিয়ার মধ্যে। এই দা বেরিয়েছে। सीट पे बैठ के कंफर्ट है पूरा, ऐसे आराम से बैठ के जैसे कि मैं कुर्सी पे बैठ गया हूँ, हाथ सीधे और चलाओ लाइक अ किंग। कूल है भाई। After bidding farewell to my new cycling friend, I slept in front of that shop and got up at 12:10 p.m. Afternoon ride and local sight. As I continued my ride, I came across a water body where the locals were collecting the water chestnuts and catching the fish. A nearby signboard was indicating that the Behrampur is 109 kilometers, Krishnanagar was 19 kilometers, and Dignagar was 12 kilometers. The landscape here is unique. A mix of trees, different plants, water bodies, and small huts or houses nestled among them. It is a distinctive feature of West Bengal, which I have not seen anywhere on my journey till now. If you have seen such kind of places in other states, please let me know into the comment section. I loved watching everyday scenes like a lady outside her house drying the clothes. You will see such kind of charming villages throughout the West Bengal. Late lunch and kind gesture. At 1:15 p.m. the hunger struck again. I found a roadside stall and first time I tried asking if they have sabji bhat available, as it was taught to me by the staff of Jio petrol pump, and to my surprise this guy said yes, sabji bhat is available. So here in West Bengal, whenever you go to any dhaba or a hotel, ask for sabji bhat and then they will give you a plate which will have chokha, dal, sabji with rice. It wasn't such kind of a great food. In fact, the food here in West Bengal is always very simple, not spicy at all. But the highlight of this place was the kindness of the owner of this stall and his wife. So they made me to sit on a kind of a platform, and after the food they insisted me to sleep there as long as I want. And listening to them, I ended up having a nap till 3:15 p.m. I had a much needed cup of tea to reactivate my senses back. I also bought 3 packets of muri and 3 packets of Parle-G biscuit so that I can keep feeding the dogs on my way. You won't believe I have lots of sheep, the goats. Go away, don't eat my stuff, these are not for you. After that I started my ride from there. Evening ride and local craft. As I continued my ride, I observed many positive aspects of cycling here in West Bengal. So regardless of whether you are on a highway or in a village road or in a national highway or state highway, you are always surrounded with the soothing green greenery. The people here are warm and friendly, and they are always ready for chit chat with you. I even saw a shepherd watching over his goats and the sheep by the highway. The highlight of the day just came by now. I was crossing a place where they are making the chick sarees, which is a traditional garment of West Bengal people. It was a colorful spectacle. Sarees were being dried and crafted. For a very long stretch, I saw chick or chicken sarees either was being dyed or dried or washed in the sunlight outside the houses, and those were in different vibrant colors like orange, pink and more, and that was the feast for my eyes. Heartwarming encounter. So it was around 4:15 and I stopped at a roadside bus stop. I thought or wanted to eat something, or you can say it was my snacks time. So I took that thermos flask set under the bus stop on a chair, and I took one Parle-G biscuit. So I was having Parle-G biscuit sitting there with the tea. Near to that bus stop, there was an old man who was having a watch on his sheep. So he stood up and came to me, and I gave him half packet of the biscuit, which he initially denied. But when I gently insisted him, he took the biscuits from me, and this all sparkled a long conversation between me and him. When I was about to leave, this old man has expressed that how happy he is after talking to me, which really warmed my heart. ठीक है दादा, मिलेंगे कभी, किस्मत में मिलाया तो। हाँ 6 किलोमीटर है, चलो ओके, बाय बाय। अच्छा दादा। Nearing the Krishna Nagar. After saying goodbye to that old man, I resumed my journey. I soon saw a signboard indicating that Krishna Nagar was just 6 kilometers away from there. I also noticed a school building with the signboard, which I really could not understand, but I am assuming that this is the new building of the school, because on the left hand side there was the old building of the same school. So I may be right or may be wrong. I would like you to help me to read this signboard there, if my assumptions is correct or not, because that old building of the school was in a very bad condition. I had informed to one of my subscribers through the comment that I would be there today, but unfortunately we missed connecting with each other. Evening adventure and a new friend. It was 5:30 p.m. It started getting dark, and it was a narrow road which was making it difficult for me to ride there. Look at the moon on the top. And this is HP petrol pump, but another side of the highway. Not worth to take a risk and cross and ask, because I know their track record is very bad. On the Google map, I found one of the petrol pump and I thought to go there. So when I was riding towards that, a young boy stopped me roadside for a chat, and we had interesting discussions. नाम क्या आपका? तो आप साइकिल पे ही कम्यूट करते हो सर?
हाँ, मैं साइकिल पे कम्यूट
100%। क्या बात है यार।
अगर कोई इमरजेंसी हुआ तभी ठीक है, अभी बाइक या स्कूटी ठीक है, पर वैसे नॉर्मली मैं साइकिल ही जाता हूँ।
गुड। तो दिस इज योर साइकिल 91 ब्रांड।
हाँ, मैं चाहता भी हूँ कि लोग मतलब साइकिल से ही कम्यूट करें।
बहुत बढ़िया। कोई नहीं, आपको देख के और लोग सीखेंगे. I met with another gentleman named Tanmay. He also insisted me that I should go and have a cold drink with him because he also wanted to talk to me for some time, and we had a deep conversations about our dreams. Tanmay shared that he is an aspiring actor. He has also done assistant director job for a Bengali movie, and he always wanted to become an actor. But unfortunately, being the only son of his parents and he is married, has responsibility. He has to put his dream on hold for some time so that he can manage with the current responsibilities he has on his shoulders. It was a poignant reminder for me that how lucky I am because I'm living my dreams. So nighttime shelter. So using the Google map, when I reached to that location of Geo petrol pump, I came to know that Geo petrol pump is on the another side of the highway. For that I have to cross the highway, and there on the left on my side there was a HP petrol pump. I knew that the track record of HP is hardly 10%. So out of 10 they have said yes only once, but I wanted to give it another try, and when I went there, to my surprise, see what happened. आपके इधर रात को टेंट लगा के रुक सकते हैं क्या? अभी जैसे अंधेरा हो गया ना, तो टेंट है मेरे पास, कहीं भी आप कहोगे टेंट लगा लूंगा उधर ही. हाँ, वो साइड में लग जाएगा. हाँ. वो घास में इधर भी लगा. ठीक है, थैंक यू. Thank you so much. I parked my bicycle there. I kept sitting and keep working on my video using my mobile till 9 o'clock. Later, when the owner of the petrol pump came, he told his staff to allow me to sleep inside instead of putting a tent outside. So around 10 o'clock in the night, I settled down inside that room which they provided me. I set up my mosquito net, plugged the extension, put everything on charging, and this is how my day came to an end. My total expenses of the day are 130 rupee, 40 rupee for the water chestnut, 35 rupee for 3 chapatis with dal, 10 rupee for Parle G biscuit, and 50 rupee for lunch. So this is how my day unfolded with beautiful sights, kind people, and the new experiences. If you enjoy this kind of a story of my journey, then subscribe to my channel World Wanderer Cycling on a Budget and hit the bell icon also so that you don't miss my videos. How I started my ride from Kolkata and how was this Kalyani city, how was the condition of Kalyani Expressway, how I managed to find out a stay there in West Bengal near Kalyani city. That is a very heartwarming, at the same time exciting story of my journey. If you want to watch this episode, here the link is given on the top, and those who have supported me on my journey, their names are given here. Please read them once. Thank you so much. That's all for now. We will meet soon with another story. Take care. Bye bye.